Hey guys, welcome back to this channel. In today's topic, I'm going to talk about the simple rule that I use when it comes to money. A few days ago, I had a conversation with a lady, and this person asked me, how do I teach my kids money? How did you go about it? Well, his kids at the moment, give you a little bit of perspective, was having a part-time job, but spend all the money when they receive that part-time job, goes to university and whatnot. In my mind, for me, I go by a rule of, it's not how much I earn, it's how much I keep. Invest the difference to something, so that way it can grow, flourish, more money. That's my rule. Everyone's rule when it comes to money is slightly different. There are some who pretty much, I need it right now, everything and anything now, today. So they spend all of their income right there and then. There's another rule of, I don't have the money now, but I want those items now, so I'm gonna spend more than what I have using a credit card, an example. That doesn't make any sense. If I cannot afford to pay in cash, then I would not buy it. If I cannot afford to pay the full amount right now, then I would not buy it. Except for a house, so that's a bit different. Like everything else, I go in the same rule. If I cannot make a payment right now in full, then I won't buy it. So it's not how much you earn, it's how much you keep. Invest the difference. When you invest in the difference, make sure that it's actually making money. That's it. So there's some people out there, this is coming from what I've seen so far, they saved up a lot of money to buy investment property. I mean, granted, you had a good saving habit, which is great, because you're saving. You already built that in your system. But then they buy a property that is costing them money. So that doesn't make any sense, whereas the cash flow on that property, it actually become a minus. So instead of saving more for a second property, they have to fork out more on this particular property. So I'll give you an example, yeah? So an example, let's say you save up, you have enough to have a deposit. Once you have a deposit, you buy that property, and after you do all the numbers, it turns out to be that particular property would be requires you to top up an extra $100 per week, or $200 per week, or $300 per week. So that means that property is not generating you an income, it's actually taking money away from you. So you invest on the wrong item. So there's a way to fix that. I mean, I do that with all of my property, and I kind of wish people actually do it more often. I think people have this trapped mindset of, well, here in Australia anyway, property doubles every 7 to 10 years. It's a good investment, but at the same time, your cash flow every week is draining you. Sometimes it doesn't make any sense. When I looked at a property, I don't really look at the bells and the whistles, like, location, how big it is, and all that jazz. I looked at it, how much money is it going to produce for me? Because I know for sure I'm never gonna live in there. I didn't probably never set foot in that property. So because of that, I can't see the need of me to being in love in that property. Instead, I need to know the cash flow. I need to know how much it actually is earning, and I'm going to make sure that property is generating more income than all of my expenses. mortgage, maintenance, and all everything that comes with it. And it has to provide me more cash in my pocket. That's the simple math of it. When you invest something, you're going to invest in something that makes money right now, not tomorrow. I'd rather have my cash flow today instead of my cash flow tomorrow. Because it doesn't make any sense when you're never going to set foot in that property. You should treat that property just like it's a box with a roof, and it should generating an income like an ATM machine. It just spit out money every week. So instead of I'd rather have an ATM machine that spit me out money every week instead of an ATM machine that I have to put in money every week. So look, each circumstances are different for some, but for me, I would rather have money in my pocket today instead of, let it run throughout the years. Because if you're wanting to have it money, investing in property on negatively gearing or negative cash flow properties, it keeps you in a job. It keeps you that you have to actually work somewhere else. I don't want that. I don't want to keep myself in a job. I want the lifestyle now. I want to, not spend the money, more like actually use the passive income from that to do other things. Going on vacation, spending more quality time with my loved one, generating more income, creating more side hustle, more businesses that can generate more income. Those are your opportunity if you have investment that actually making money. An investment that doesn't make any money, on the other hand, or if not the other way around, is draining you cash, doesn't make any sense. Most businesses out there that I know of is try to make more profit today, every week or every month or every quarter or every year or half yearly even. They always looked at where they're at the current stage, and how can they grow. That's most of the businesses that I know of. Now, it doesn't make any sense for you in your own business, example, in your own investment, property investing actually. It's like, okay, then where are we today? Okay, at the moment I'm minus $5,000. Where are we at tomorrow? Well, it's gonna minus another $5,000. So it doesn't make any sense unless you sit down and actually figure that out, right? So where is that going to lead with in the beginning of this? It's not how much you earn, it's how much you keep. And invest on something that can generate more income. That's on an investment side. That might be a little bit, advanced or something. But as a beginning, try to create a habit of only spend on what you earn, or if not less, spend less than what you earn, let's say. That's a better wording in a sense. But yeah, there's no point of your trying to get stuff or product or services. If you can't afford it, you can't afford it. Do something about your cash flow first in order for you to actually earn more money. That's simple, easy. That's the easiest way I can think of. Spend less than you earn, invest in the difference. It's not how much you earn, it's how much you keep. Let me say that again. Spend less than what you earn. It's not how much you earn, it's how much you keep. What do you do with that? What you keep? Obviously invest on something else that's going to make more money. That's just my theory. That's just what I do. That's the habit, that's the rule book that I use. Everyone's rule book will be a bit different, but that's what I use. For me, life is a lot more flourish, a lot more better if I have more in my bank account than less. What makes it even better is if you spend and you're actually receiving more money coming in. That would be a mind changing. a few days ago, my wife bought a bike that is, quite expensive from what I see. Never bought a brand new bike. Never bought a bike in my life, like a pedal bike, that is. I remember when I was young, from a little village back in Indonesia. The only way for me to learn how to ride a bicycle is actually borrowed my next door neighbor, and in that aspect, I gotta wait until he finished school. He's wanting to play outside, and sort of have to entice him to actually let's play with your bicycle, because that's the only bicycle that there is around the neighborhood. Become really friendly with him because, anyway, so never bought a bike, never see the value of it, because that's how I learned bicycle. Now my wife bought a bike, quite expensive bike. We spent that money, the next day we also earned more money back. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? Life has been kind of interesting in a short period of time, in less than 4 or 5 years of my life, and from a mortgage stress environment, or from a very stressful financially environment, into now I don't really have to go to work. Anyway, for those of you who are new, don't forget to subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys on the next video.